all of the tests have passed, and now I get to actually make the video. So, hey, it's Abby Vlogs here, and I did a couple of tests before making this video because when I had made the video originally, it cut out the sound because I had I had a headset on with a mic. So now this is working. So we'll be doing quizzes today for Harry Potter. The first one we will be doing is the Ridiculously Easy Marauders quiz. From nicknames to Hogwarts houses, how well do you know the ragtag group of friends? Test your Marauder knowledge in our extremely easy quiz. This was made on March 22nd of this year, so about 2 months ago, roughly. It's 10 questions, so let's start the quiz. How many Marauders were there? 3, 6, 4, or 5? There were 4. Which house did the Marauders belong to? Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, Slytherin, or Hufflepuff? They were all in Gryffindor, actually. Out of the 4, who was a werewolf? James Potter, Peter Pettigrew, Sirius Black, or Remus Lupin? Remus Lupin was the werewolf. Who married Lily Evans? Now, if you don't know who Lily Evans is Harry's mom. James Potter, Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, or Peter Pettigrew. And this purple line is the timer. So, it was James Potter. This group created the Marauders map, encyclopedia, rulebook, or diary. It was the Marauders map. Who was a Gryffindor prefect? Remus Lupin, Peter Pettigrew, Sirius Black, or James Potter? That would be Remus Lupin because I believe James Potter was the head boy. Padfoot was the nickname of which Marauder? James Potter, Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, or Peter Pettigrew? Sirius Black. Peter Pettigrew posed as a pet rat named what? Snuffles, Nibbles, Scabbers, or Fluffykins? It was Scabbers. Who was a member of the Gryffindor Quidditch team? James Potter, Sirius Black, Peter Pettigrew, or Remus Lupin? It was James Potter, mentioned in the first movie and book. What magical ability did James, Sirius, and Peter have? They were all seers, they were occlumens, they were animagi, or they could speak Parseltongue. They were all animagi for their friend Remus Lupin, who was a werewolf. So now we will go back to the quizzes. Let's do this one. Can you tell if these Remus Lupin facts are true or false? Can you spot the truth among the lies about the Marauder with a furry little problem? It's time to find out in our quiz. Before we start the quiz, I am going to take a quick drink because I'm really thirsty. There we go. I think my sore throat is coming back, but I'll be okay. This quiz was made on March 8th of this year, and it's 10 questions also. I think all of them are 10 questions at the very least. Remus Lupin was an animagus. True or false? That was false. His son was named James. True or false? False. Lupin was a Gryffindor. That one's true. As a Marauder, his nickname was Prongs. That one is false. I believe his nickname was Moony. Nymphadora Tonks was his wife. True. Defense Against the Dark Arts was the subject he taught at Hogwarts. True. He was the best one there. And he was Harry's teacher in the Order of the Phoenix. That one is false. He was a prisoner of Azkaban. Fenrir Greyback was the werewolf that bit Lupin as a child. That one is true. That one you can only find in the books. Lupin's Patronus was a wolf. That one is true. His Bogart was also a wolf. That one's false. I got this one wrong the last time. So let's do another quiz on this one. on this site, and then we will go to a different site. So let's do the Harry or Sirius quiz. Harry and Sirius were two brave Gryffindor peas in a pod who tended to act first and think later. Can you spot the differences between the Marauder and the Chosen One? Take our quiz and find out. This was made November 2nd, 2025, 10 questions. Let's get started. Who could speak to snakes? Harry could. This character had a stag Patronus. That would be Harry, because we didn't really meet Sirius until Prisoner. Which of these wizards was a pure blood? Sirius Black was. Harry is a half-blood because his mom was a Muggleborn. Who owned the invisibility cloak? Harry, because he owned it in the first movie. Which Gryffindor was also an animagus? That would be Sirius Black. Though I wish Harry was one. Who helped create the Marauders map? That would be Sirius Black, as stated in a previous quiz. Who was known as Undesirable Number 1? That would be Harry, because this happened after Sirius died. The 3rd November is which character's birthday? That would be Sirius Black, because Harry's birthday is July 31st. Whose cousin was Bellatrix Lestrange? Sirius's. At Hogwarts, who is the Gryffindor Seeker? That'd be Harry following in his dad James's footsteps. So let's do I think that would be the last one on this site. So now let's go on to a different site. So let's look up Harry Potter quizzes. Hopefully this works. I'm hoping. So let's do this. If you get, and of course, BuzzFeed is going to give me issues. Which of these magical creatures has Hagrid never owned? A boarhound, a giant spider, a three-headed dog, or a unicorn? That would be a unicorn. Because the boarhound was his pet, his dog Fang. The three-headed dog was this dog named Fluffy. And then he did have a giant spider named Aragog. What combination is a centaur? Horse human, unicorn human, hippogriff human, or hippogriff horse? That'd be horse human. A mixture between a horse and a human. Where do the Dursleys live? I know I'm going to pronounce some of these wrong. Scarborough, Surrey, Sussex, or Slough? It was Surrey. What's the Weasleys' owl called? Aaron, Errol, Edward, or Ernie? It was Errol, as stated in the Chamber of Secrets. Where do the Weasleys go on holiday during the summer break before the 3rd film? Romania, Egypt, Spain, or Morocco? It was Egypt because they won a raffle in the Daily Prophet. Which country is Victor Krum from? Albania, Romania, Bulgaria, or Macedonia? Bulgaria, because he was Bulgarian. Which hand does Wormtail cut off, left or right? It was the right hand. What does Umbridge make Harry write into his hand? I must not tell lies, I will not tell lies, I will stop lying, or I am a liar. I must not tell lies. Because that's scarred into his hand. Where is the DA formed? DA is Dumbledore's army. The Three Broomsticks, Gryffindor Common Room, Hagrid's Hut, or the Hog's Head? It was the Hog's Head. What potion does Harry make to win liquid luck? Draught of Peace, Draught of Living Death, elixir of euphoria, or amortentia? It was the draught of living death. Who does Ron fall in love with after drinking the love potion? Lavender Brown, Katie Bell, Romilda Vane, or Hermione? It was Romilda Vane because he ate the chocolates that were initially for Harry. So, and Romilda Vane wanted Harry. So, yeah. That'll get more into detail. That gets more into detail in Half-Blood Prince, if I'm correct. Which Weasley brother loses an ear? Fred, George, Bill, or Percy? It was George. And finally, where do Harry, Ron, Hermione, and the other prisoners go after Malfoy Mansion and Deathly Hallows? The Burrow, Grimmauld Place, Shell Cottage, or Hogwarts? That would be Shell Cottage. So I got 13 out of 13 correct. So let's go on to another one. And actually, this one will be the last one for this stream. Or not stream, video. Because A, I'm tired, and B, I have to charge my computer. Open your parchment and prepare your quills. The exam will begin with potions. Where would you find a bezoar? In the venom of a basilisk, in the stomach of a goat, in the roots of a mandrake, or in the blood of a dragon? In the stomach of a goat. What proceed to charms? What does the spell Accio do? Unlocks doors, summons an object, freezes an object, or levitates objects. Summons an object, because unlock doors is a Loamora. I don't remember what freezes an object is. I can't remember that. Oh. I can't remember off the top of my head. And levitates objects is Wingardium Leviosa. Now, herbology. Why do students wear earmuffs when handling mandrakes? They emit poisonous spores, they can explode, their cry can be fatal, or they cause paralysis. Their cry can be fatal. Time for defense. Which creature takes the form of your worst fear? Dementors, Bogarts, basilisks, or Lethifolds? That would be Bogarts. History begins now. Who founded Hogwarts with Godric Gryffindor? Salazar Slytherin, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, or all of the above? That would be all of the above, because they each created a house. Because their last names are each of the houses: Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. Magical creatures next. What must you do before approaching a hippogriff? Offer it food, avoid eye contact, speak calmly, or bow and wait for it to bow back. Bow and wait for it to bow back, because that teaches respect. And you want to keep eye contact. Divination time. What does Professor Trelawney call the Grim? A dragon-like omen, a spectral horse, a shadow spirit, or a large black dog? That'd be a large black dog because everyone thought it was Sirius Black at first. A challenge advanced potions. What is Felix Felicis commonly known as? Truth Serum, Love Potion, Wolfsbane, or Liquid Luck? That'd be Liquid Luck. There we go. Spooky dark arts. Which unforgivable curse causes intense pain? Oof. Imperius, Avada Kedavra, Sectum Sempra, or Cruciatus? Cruciatus, because these three are the unforgivables. This one was created by Snape. Hogwarts knowledge is next. What magical object helps Harry breathe underwater during the Triwizard Tournament? Bubblehead Charm, Gillyweed, a Portkey, or a Bezoar? Gillyweed. Because in the book, it was Dobby that stole it. And in the movie, it was Neville. Now the spell work section. What is the counterspell to Lumos? Tenebris, Obscuro, Finite, or Nox? Nox. Because Lumos lights up your wand or the room, and Nox is to turn off the lights, so to say. Final challenge. What does a Bogart turn into when confronted with ridiculous? It disappears, it freezes, it turns into your greatest desire, or it turns into a funny version of your fear. It turns into a funny version of your fear. So I got 12 out of 12 on that. And that will be all for this video. I will do another video tomorrow of Harry Potter tier lists. So yeah. I hope you guys have a good night. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.